Loft session number 3.
Season 1.
Season 1, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Brought to you today by Naked Lounge Coffee. Thank you, Naked Lounge.
And Duffy's.
Duffy's today.
Yeah.
It's great.
And coffee. So last week we talked about...
Authenticity.
Authenticity, but what is
Success.
success?
What is success?
So hopefully the takeaway for you guys last week is more or less the question of what is success, and if you're able to kind of reverse engineer that down, where that came from, and help define that for you before you go out on your adventures in life. So today we're talking about discipline versus / discipline over motivation.
Motivation.
Kind of the art of getting stuff done.
How do you do things when you don't feel like doing things?
Right.
And then you're going to tell people this week is the last time.
So yeah, so we've been doing these Facebook Live videos and doing the whole session. So next week we're not going to do the full session on Facebook Live. We're going to do probably like a little intro. I want to continue to give you guys behind the scenes of what we're doing. Kind of even the setup, like you guys are going to crack up when you see how we were screwing around with the boom mic this morning and didn't have a right cord, and how we set up our cameras. You guys will laugh your ass off. So I want to show some of the process with the Facebook Live. So subscribe to our channel. I'll put a link on this after we're done here.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, the Loft Session. Subscribe to the channel. So only the full videos will be on YouTube. We'll do a partial introduction here on Facebook Live, and then we're going to migrate everything towards YouTube.
I mean, for me, and it's fun, earlier in the week, you and I had like a good-hearted debate, which is what we do a lot. And
that was a damn good debate.
It was good, and I think one of the things that we're trying to play with is that you can say, I can't do this. I can't do this. And you challenge that and say about why. Why do you challenge that?
Okay, so we got into this big debate, and I call it a debate. It wasn't an argument. It was a great debate because we're hashing back and forth the concept of someone saying I can't.
Right.
And I'm looking like, no, that's bullshit. No, that's bullshit. And I'm making a very hard stance on it. Jay's like, well, what if you can't lift a fucking car above your head?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I can't do that. Because there isn't, I can't.
Yeah.
And so the ideas that we're playing around with are coming from different perspectives, I think.
Right.
Yours is a very practical perspective, and me a very different kind of, I guess, a hopeful perspective. And I said it to you. I said, I live my life in this world of I can't. I've lived my life there.
Right.
And so I guess my perspective was this. My whole message of I can is bullshit is for the person sitting on the couch eating fucking potato chips going, I can't get in good shape. I'm like, fuck you.
Right.
You're saying that because it suits your agenda of being fucking lazy. So your I can't is really I won't.
Yeah, right.
So that was my thing, was that I would rather be a hard-edged on this side than dance in your bullshit of gray
that you
use as a shield to be lazy.
That you want to always challenge I can't.
Absolutely.
And so in one sense, you don't believe in I can't, because when you sit in I can't, then you never will.
You should never say I can't until you make an honest fucking effort to do it.
Right. Because as we talk about this idea of I don't feel like doing certain things, and that's true for all of us, right? That there's a lot of times we don't think we can do something, or we don't feel like doing it.
Right.
And that keeps us in a certain place. And again, back to where the Loft session began was, you, Alon, and I were here on this couch, and we were talking about my 2018 versus my 2019 business plan.
J 2.0.
Right. And then we were coming back and saying, I would like to do more, but I'm struggling with motivation and in some of those areas. So we started playing with this idea of, how about if you do more of the things you like? And that might then build into you the ability to do more things you don't like or you don't enjoy.
Right.
And so for me,
to build that discipline muscle up.
I think, because I'm an extremely disciplined person, but at times I lack passion, was what you went to.
Where's your passion?
So it's this thing of tapping into, I think you need to not ignore your feelings, because your feelings can propel you forward.
Right.
They can draw you into things. So passion is what we've tapped into. And you said, Jay, you like talking to people, you like talking about these concepts. If you just do a podcast, forget if anybody watches it. Just if you do it, you'll have fun. And it has proven out that from the time we spend together, I have more energy and more desire to work on other things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so there's something in this thing that you and I both agree on in our own lives and in others' lives. We see people saying, I can't, when really means they don't want to.
they don't want to,
or we don't want to.
And
we're not perfect, right?
Well, and this is what I love to do.
Right.
And this is where and we talked about this,
Yeah.
how I'm so hard edged on a lot of things.
Right.
It's not that I don't know the gray area. I know the gray area so fucking well because I've lived out of my 44 years on the planet, I would say 42.
Yeah.
I've spun in the gray.
Right.
So I'm not ever saying this from a point of judgment of others, as much as I've judged myself and went, you're full of shit, Micah.
Right.
You've done this your whole fucking life and you're full of shit and you know it.
Right.
So what happens when someone feeds me their bullshit, I automatically have dissected all the way down within a split second. I'm like, I already know where this is coming from.
Right.
And I know what you're doing.
Right.
Let's cut the bullshit and get to some solutions. Now,
and a major part of your job, which you're paid to do, is to move people's can't forward.
Right. Well, so this is where going into discipline over motivation.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so So let's break this down to definition.
Right.
The word motive by definition, by dictionary, is something as a need or desire that causes a person to act. That is the definition.
Say that again a little slower.
Something as a need or desire that causes a person to act.
Okay.
So in a legal sense, as a former security police officer, when you try to figure out there's been a crime committed on the base, whatever.
What was the motive?
What was the motive? Who would have robbed that bank?
Right.
Well, let's look at the debt.
Right.
Who do we know that's in an insurmountable amount of debt?
Right.
Who do we know that has a gambling problem?
Right.
Who do we know that has a drug? Then you start going with these motives are attached.
Right.
Then you whittle down your suspects.
Right.
Then you go, okay, this person has the biggest motive to commit this crime. Now let's investigate further. Motive, if you notice, has nothing to do with feeling. Okay? It has nothing to do with emotion. It is getting down the facts to who could have committed this crime. What are the facts that would make someone want to do these things, right?
Right.
So here is the biggest misuse of the word motive, and it is a fucking crime.
Yeah.
I don't feel motivated today.
Yeah. Right.
I lost my motivation, and I joke about it like, oh, where'd it go?
Right. Kind of in being human, you have good days and you have hard days. You have days when you feel like doing things, and you have days you don't feel like doing. And what I want to think about more today is when you don't feel like doing things.
Absolutely.
Let's say when you lose your motivation, how do you not give up?
Okay, so then let's break that down.
How do you not give up when you literally go, I lost my motivation. Now
so
what?
if we take the feeling out of the word motivation, and we
Yes.
go back to a fact.
Yes.
The fact is I
Yes.
want to live longer.
Yes.
I want to live at a higher level. I want
Yes.
to play with my grandkids.
I want to climb this mountain.
I want to hike mountains, paddle Earth. I want to
Right.
truly thrive on this planet.
Right.
And take this one body I've been given and make it last as long as it can.
Right.
And I want this body to do cool shit.
Right.
You don't forget that.
Right.
So if that
So
is
maybe
your
part of this,
priority,
maybe you remind yourself, right? I don't feel like doing this, so I'm going to remind myself of my motive.
this is where I tell people.
Yeah.
So people come to me, and a great example is a gal sent me an email 3 days ago. I want to come train with you guys. And I'm like, literally, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I don't go, oh, come join at my gym.
Right.
Here's a sign-up sheet. It's $125 a month. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What shape are you in? What do you want to accomplish?
Right. What are your goals?
She's like, why are you asking me those questions? I might not be the best fit for you. I want to make sure you're in the right gym.
Right.
What are your goals?
Right.
Why are your goals that?
Right.
Where's your body fat now?
Right.
Where do you want to be?
Right.
What's your diet like? What are you willing to fucking do? And so literally went back like 10 fucking emails.
Right.
And she goes, did I make it? She felt like she's
Did I
auditioning.
pass the test?
And I said, listen, I'm being honest with
Yeah.
you. I want to make a difference in what you're doing, and
Right.
if I can't do that, then
Right.
I'll put you in a gym that you can.
Right.
And my point is, I'm asking all these questions because I want to make sure her why is at the forefront, not I want the cake.
Right.
You know, I want I don't want the
Right.
results in the forefront. I want the
Right.
why at the
Right.
forefront.
Right.
When you put your why and you dig deeper and you
Right.
put that at the forefront and really fucking dig deep and define
Right.
it,
Right.
once you clearly define the why,
Right.
then everything else becomes easy.
Right.
So, like, for instance,
Yeah.
I want to buy a new house.
Right.
Why? Well, I just felt that at age 44 I should have had a house.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Well, my mom and dad, you know, they had a house at 44, and so you feel pressure to feel like more like your mom and dad.
Right.
Well, I always felt kind of judged by my mom, my dad, and I felt like, you know, being one of 5 brothers, I should have had this and that. And okay, so you really want to fulfill expectations of other people? Well, yeah, but no. But what do you want to do? I really just want to live in a trailer. And, okay, so my point is this:
Yeah.
the more we dig deeper, we can cut away the bullshit
Yeah.
and really define for that person
Yeah.
a more pure why. And I think if we
More-
define that
Yeah.
better,
Right.
Then it resonates.
The more clearly you know yourself and what motivates you, the better you understand your own motive, the more you can dig in and work hard on the days you don't feel like it.
And the problem is when you
Yes.
are, yes, but when you are operating on a superficial motive,
Yeah. No,
and
if
you
you
accept,
yeah.
then what happens is when shit hits the fan, you go, okay, this sucks and I don't want to do it.
No, I think, and again, I like that we don't practice this beforehand, right? Because
Right.
we don't know where we're going to go. That one of the things that I'm hearing us say is that the more you understand yourself, the more you understand your true motive, why you're doing things, and the more strong and pure that motive is, the better you're going to physically be able to do things on the days you don't feel like it. And that's where
Absolutely.
discipline comes in.
That's why I say discipline over motivation,
Yeah,
because
right.
on the days, so now we're looking at life philosophy shit here to me. Now,
Right, right.
if we look at life, I always say this example.
Yeah.
I don't wake up in the morning and go, fucking A, I feel like brushing my teeth.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Woo! But what do you do?
Right.
You wake up,
Right.
you walk to the fucking bathroom,
Right.
and you brush your teeth.
Right.
It's a discipline.
Right.
Why do we do that? Because we know if we don't,
If you only brush the teeth on the days you feel like it, you don't have teeth.
you don't have teeth. And that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
So people, Micah, how do you stay so motivated? Like, how the fuck do you not?
Right.
How the fuck do you not? Do you have, and this is, again, we're getting into some life philosophy stuff.
Right.
But I think if you don't go this deep, you're going to perpetually continue your patterns.
Well, to me, I think that, and again, the thing I'm going to come back over and over again, that I think what we've hit on that I really like is, if you are simply trying to be motivated, if
Right.
that's your strength, if your strength is, I can work up a lot of emotion and I can push real hard for a short period of time, but you don't have a motive behind that. If there's
Right.
not a goal that you're living for, then when it gets hard, you're like, well, I don't know why I want to get up today. So you're not going to
Yeah.
get up. Discipline, and again, so we took motivation apart. Discipline
Just does. It just does.
at some place, discipline is saying that I am going to value myself, I'm going to value my motive more than my emotions right now.
Listen, if you want to achieve something, you
Right.
fucking go towards it,
Right.
period.
Right.
So taking that same mindset into discipline over motivation is you wake up and you go, this is where I want to go, this is the man I want to be or person I want to be, and my actions need to map towards that thing. You just do it or you do not.
Right.
It's pretty simple. How to wake up in the morning?
Right.
Like a big boy, I set my alarm for 3 and it goes off at 3.
And you don't hit snooze.
I get up because the
Right.
act of hitting snooze
Yeah.
is me quitting.
Yeah.
Literally, so if you hit the snooze button 3 times, you suck. So the act of you doing this, like I'm breaking it down.
Yeah, yeah.
This has a psychology into
Right.
practicality of waking up. If I go snooze,
Right.
I'm out loud going. Now, if I was a voice out loud by hitting snooze, dude, fuck, you look tired, Micah. Dude, you should probably lay down for 10 more minutes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And if that was like a motivating
Yes.
speaker in my head,
Yes.
I'd go, oh fuck, dude, man, you need 10 more minutes. Going back down to discipline over motivation is a
Yes.
very basic thing. I think that if we all accept that life is not about just feeling high.
No.
It's about getting shit done.
Right.
And a lot of times when you get this shit done, and now listen, have you guys ever done something that you didn't want to do, but you're so fucking proud of when you did it?
Yeah. Right.
Right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so I think if you start falling in love with that process, so
Right.
for me,
Right.
I've told this to you, like when I went and paddleboarded 30 miles,
Yeah.
I didn't do it because I was going to get some exponential high from it. I didn't do it because 30 miles was going to give me a 6-pack.
Right.
I did it because I knew somewhere along that 30 miles I was going to hit an emotional wall.
Right. Something you had
And
to
that
go past.
wall I was looking
Yeah.
for. It
Right.
wasn't the 20 miles.
Right.
I was looking for the wall past the 20.
Right.
And so for me, the gold wasn't the 30 miles. It was,
Right.
the gold was somewhere in that process where was I going to hit that wall.
Yeah.
When I went and did the paddleboard race this last Saturday,
Right.
it was horrible.
Yeah.
The gold wasn't the race.
Right.
The gold was in the trip.
Right.
And so these are the things that I want people, once you switch over and you love the process,
Right.
then you've won.
I think you nailed it, and I'm going to summarize this. You and I have chosen to do hard things at certain times because we know our why. Number one. Number two, we work with people that want to do more and they say they can't, and we say you can. Push past the can't.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you do that is you dig deep, you don't hit snooze, you do simple acts like opening your stupid mail
Right.
on days you don't feel like it. And when you find that you're hitting the wall, when you feel like you have so much can't and you're hitting the snooze all the time, probably your reason for doing this isn't the right one and you don't have your passion. We don't answer because we're ending. This was Loft Session, episode 3. Go to YouTube because you're going to see the 15-minute version edited down. And I like hanging out with you. This is super fun.
Jay.
And we're signing off.
Micah.
Thanks, Alon.
Don't be a dick. Have a great day, guys.